Welcome back, guys, for another episode of the GhettoRig podcast. For those who don't know, my name is Eddie. To my left, we have my co-host Jay. Behind the cameras, Miggy.
You're...
Shout out to our official sponsors, UFC Gym Largo and Pinellas Park, and Vitality Wellness Centers. Go check those things out, guys. Links in the description. We've got Christmas coming up, guys. Y'all ready for Christmas?
Hell yeah.
I think so.
So me and Emily, we broke it down.
I just figured out I got one more gift I need to buy.
One more. I only have 2 gifts I need to buy. I have a Secret Santa gift I need to acquire that is really easy for me to acquire. It's like a quick grab that I know it's going to be there at any time. And then I need to grab a gift for my girlfriend, which I don't know what to get her. If you guys have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. But I don't know what to get this girl. Been 8 years now.
8 years?
And she got everything she needs. It's hard, man. You know what I mean?
You've
like,
already
At
done...
this point, bro, I think after year 7, you can just stop buying gifts.
All right, that's fucked up. But
Stop
I'm
buying
guessing
gifts?
you've
I don't know
already...
about that.
Or stop buying, like, lavish gifts. Like, get some fucking...
You've already done the crazy thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, get practical
You've
shit,
already
you know?
done the necklace. You've already done the ring. You've already done the watch. You've already done...
The purses, the backpacks.
Yeah, you've
the
already
So
done all
like,
that.
I feel like this is where gifts start to become, like, less thoughtful and more practical.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't think it really
shit.
matters the price tag. Like, whatever you're willing to spend is whatever you're willing to spend. But the amount of thought that goes into it may not be the same, which is different, I think.
I think
this money
after...
spent, I feel like...
Think about it, bro.
Just depends on what's available
Go
at
ahead,
the time,
Mickey.
right?
Go ahead.
I think
Miguel.
after that time, what you start doing is doing, like, gifts that you can cherish. Like, start creating more memories. More memorable gifts that you don't typically do, you know?
Like, so here's
It's hard to be creative, though.
So here's
Yeah.
here's a suggestion, right? You guys were super young when you started kind of dating, right?
Mhm.
Now you're getting into like the older, little bit older, where you can start getting better jobs, making a little bit more money.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you get her a little map of the countries in the world, and you start like every country you visit, you can start already. Or every country you visited, you just because it's like a black map,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of like the scratch off tickets. And you scratch off that.
See,
Now
but I
this
feel like that'd be crazy, right? If I just pulled up to Christmas and bought her a $10 map. Like, I'd have to get her a ticket with the map to, like,
Or
say, hey,
the-
we're going
Hey,
here
we're
first.
starting.
Oh, there-
Yeah, you know, like...
there are these necklaces that you make, and you actually like enter the location where you met for the first time.
Mhm.
That location, and that location is like a map location on her neck,
Like a coordinates?
like a coordinates of the, you know, like there's could be, but what I'm trying to say, the practical gifts, like think about it, that's actually more thoughtful than getting something else. Why?
I like the practical gifts because there's something you use.
Not only
right?
you listened enough to know what she needs, and you got specifically that thing that she needs,
Mm-hmm.
that she's gonna use.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like practical gifts might end up being actually a better gift than like going out of the way and getting another pair of flip flops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know, like, practical gifts. I don't know. The last nice thing she got me with these headphones, like, and I use them a lot. Like, that's something I use
There you
a
go.
lot.
That's a practical gift. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? There might not be a lavish fucking another badass watch, but it's something that you use more often than a watch you would.
Probably.
I was going to say, you could get her something for work, but...
I bet I have more
It's-
hours on these headphones than I do with the Tissot you guys gave me.
Yeah.
And I've had these headphones for probably around the same time.
That's what I'm saying.
I was going to say you could get her something for work, but if you get her something for work, she might not even know how to use the thing. Like, you get her some editing keyboard or some crazy shit like
Yeah.
that, and she's like,
So
I don't know how to
it's-
use this, or she doesn't spend the
it's
time
funny
to learn how
'cause-
to use that.
And another thing too that I don't think she'd like for her, like something for work isn't like the thing, right? Like, because I actually put LG, not LG, but Logitech came out with that creative console I showed you. It's like their Stream Deck basically, but for creators, for content creators, and so like I told her, I was like, that'd be a cool gift for me, you know, like I would really like that for work. Like when I'm editing photos and videos, doing a color correction, something like that will really help. And not doing only color correction, just like cutting up clips and stuff like that. Because basically, like, it's like a little pad that has a bunch of macro keys, like my Stream Deck, but then it also has a knob on it, and then it has a separate pad
But
that
that's
has like a
something
knob.
cool for you.
Yeah, that's what I told her, right? But then she told me, she goes, I don't really want to get you nothing for work. Like, I don't know.
No,
And
that's
so I feel like getting her something for work.
Joe's
would
got
have
an
the same
actually good
feeling.
idea. You know what? Right? You know that in Pasco County we got like a whole ass snow like whatchamacallit, like a snow resort, right?
Mhm.
Like a you can like that's that could be a fun time. Why,
mean,
taking pictures
you
and stuff.
could-
I guess the same amount of money I'm gonna put into a gift, I could probably pay like, cause we did it for our anniversary last year, not this year, but last year we went to Sarasota for the weekend, and that was really fun. Like me and her really enjoyed that, just going for the weekend. Me and her. These guys met us out there and we hung out for one of the nights, but like besides that, it was just an experience for us. And
that snow park that I'm talking about, right? The snow park, it's in Florida, which means it's not gonna be cold. Which means because she doesn't like the cold, but at the same time she gets to experience the whole fun of the snow.
where's this?
It's in Pasco County.
Pasco,
Can you look
so
up?
It's not too far.
No. It's like only like an hour, 20 minutes away
I
from
feel like
us.
we went.
Is it
went
Snow
there.
Ridge?
Snow Ridge or Snow Cats?
Yeah. We went there already.
You have gone?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We've been there. It's nothing crazy. It's
No.
Did you not go with us?
I thought you went with
No,
us.
I
We
didn't
went
know.
with Emily's
Arthur,
family.
maybe.
Okay.
We went with Emily's family
Okay.
because like Kevin and them were there.
Why didn't he go with us? I'm sure he would have fucking gone on that bullshit.
I don't know. You took pictures that day, remember?
I did. I know. That's how I remember.
I feel like you were in those pictures
No.
for some reason.
No.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
No,
we
it
went
was
over
I
there.
was doing
Basically,
something
it's
else.
just like this big hill they have that they throw ice on, and you slide down, right?
Yeah, but
and then they also
Can you
have
go in
it-
there? Can you pull up
I
the
would
website?
say I could try and see if I'm any better at skating, ice skating.
That was so bad, bro. That was so bad. Such a bad experience. So I've been ice skating twice now, right? And the very first time, I feel like I kind of got the hang of it, right? Where I felt comfortable and like, yeah, I'd still fall, but I wouldn't like necessarily have to be on the edge the whole time. Like I would start to cross through the middle. Bro, I went over there. First, the skates were super uncomfortable. I'm talking about
Yes,
like,
it's
what
not
happened-
designed for your foot. Yeah.
what happened is these skates, they don't have like a flat bottom. The bottom is rounded. And they're hard plastic, like fucking
Yeah.
hard plastic, right?
Yeah.
And so the sides of my feet were killing
Hurting.
me. And before we even got on the ice, because right when we got our skates, they did the cleaning. So we had to wait for them to clean the ice. And then, bro, that ice was bumpy as shit. Like
Yeah.
really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
And so the ice was bumpy, and then my feet were killing me. I couldn't pick it up. Like, it
Yeah.
was really bad. I was
If
just
you ever
on the edge the
rollerbladed-
whole time.
If you ever rollerbladed,
No, I never rollerbladed.
okay. If you ever rollerbladed, that's super easy. Now pull up. I guess they have a lot more shit right now. Go to all. I looked at that because maybe a group thing. All of us go out there.
I don't think it's worth it for, like,
So
adults, to be honest.
look.
If we had
There's
kids, I'd be like, oh, it's a great idea, bro. But it's
Yeah.
like just an adult trip now.
Things to do. Click on things to do. Yeah, so there's that
The
thing.
snow tubing. They have this little light show, but that's like playing almost the whole time, right? I don't know if that's like they're reaching with that. They have the little ice skating area, which I just told you is rough.
Dangerous, bro.
Yeah.
There was that one little kid that was going full speed, and he just
Oh.
whacked that lady, bro. Just
Yeah.
sideswiped her.
Bro, there were so many accidents of like just these little degenerates smacking into old people,
Yeah.
and some of these old people are like heavy set old people, bro.
Yeah.
They were smacking that ice hard.
Was all this stuff on there when you went?
Basically, right? Like
Yeah,
the
story time
roasting
with Miss
s'mores
Claus,
thing.
all
That they say
stuff.
that, but that's just like they have fucking these little not furnaces. What is it called, Mickey? Little fire pits, right? They have them everywhere. So that's something I guess you can do and hang around the fire pits when it's cold. Everything else, yeah, they had that there, but like this little page, I must say, whoever did their like little thing and put this together did a good job because it makes it look like there's a lot of shit to do, but I feel like there's really not this much shit to do.
It just listed a bunch of tacos.
Yeah, like
and
this lists every
it's just-
single little
those are just
truck.
little food trucks.
Yeah, these are the different fruit trucks they have.
Little drink section.
Yeah,
So they're not really.
it's
Have
more of
they
like a
added
kids
more stuff
thing.
to it, or
I
no?
don't think so. It looks like all the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's a cool little spot, but like I said, like I wouldn't probably do it until I have like kids or something like that.
Yeah.
And then like the playing in the snow inside was fun because we all went in there and just started grabbing snow and throwing it at each other. But it's like fake snow, so it's just like shaved ice. Yeah.
I got another one. St. Augustine. Go to St. Augustine Christmas lights, which is not that far of a ride. It's only 3 hours a ride. St. Augustine is like it's like a little resort area. It's like one of the oldest cities in Florida. So there's like their village down there. Like their light show is apparently like badass, from what I understand. Like you can just go out there, stay in a B&B or something like that, bed and breakfast overnight, and just kind of like experience it at night and then come back the next day. Or you can even, if you don't want to stay, just come back the same day.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll see what I do.
Yeah.
I got time.
Because there's not much else, because everything else is fucking Georgia after us. And then, or you go south, it's all Miami, which Miami can, or you can go to the other coast where the water is super blue. You know
I'll
what I
make
mean?
it real easy. You know why?
Hmm.
She needs a new TV.
Or make it very fucking easy. Or that.
No, I don't know what I want to get her though. We'll see. I just like I said though, it's hard when you're in a relationship so long to like keep it like cool.
Because you done
but
bought
yes,
everything,
yeah,
man.
bro,
And
you bought
it's
everything.
not that you buying only on occasions. You buying throughout the year as well. You know what I mean? Like you're buying things throughout the year. Like I got a this, I got a that.
Well, her
So you
birthday
kinda-
was last month, right? Her birthday was last month. 2 months into the year, we're gonna have Valentine's Day. Like all this shit, you're always buying each other stuff. I mean, it gets to a point where it's just like, what do you need? I got you. And what do you need? What have you been wanting lately? Like you're like, really, I want this. You know?
That's the thing. Like, what do you need? Not what you want, but what do you need?
Yeah.
There's a big
But
difference.
sometimes it gets to a point when you don't need anything, right? Like
Yeah.
for me, when she's asking me, what do you need? No, I don't really need anything.
Yeah.
Right? Like my list that I have on my stuff is like what I told her is, I want to get an action camera, like not a GoPro, but a different one, the DJI version of the GoPro. I was like, I want a new reel. I want a new fishing reel.
So
Like,
my aunt asked me like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I was like, "I don't really know what I want for Christmas. Like, there's nothing I need or whatever." And the other day I was sitting, I was like, "Man, it'd be so nice if I had some chocolate with some raisins in it. That's my favorite chocolate and raisins." When she came by, I was like, "All right, I need you to buy me 10 chocolates with raisins, 10 chocolate bars with raisins." She's like, "Why 10? Are you gonna even need them?" I was like, "Bro, you asked me what I want. I want chocolates with some raisin in it. If I'd have told you one, you wouldn't be like, no, that's not a good gift. That's why I'm telling you 10. So this way you can buy 10 of them. So now that becomes a decent gift. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'll have fucking chocolate for the year.
I mean, it's gonna go bad. I'm assuming.
No, it won't, but it's chocolate. You throw that shit in
For
the
the
fridge. We're good to
year.
go.
Chocolate.
For the
Chocolate,
year's
bro.
crazy.
You don't know what I'm talking about with that.
For the year's crazy.
The SpongeBob reference is chocolate. Chocolate?
I know there's a part with SpongeBob where he's like eating Patrick, the starfish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate, and he's all like, and Patrick like, no.
There's an episode where they go and they sell chocolate door to door, like little fucking Girl Scouts, you know?
Yeah.
And
But-
they open one door and the guy, he says chocolate, and then he started screaming chocolate and chasing them and shit. It's one of the...
So apparently, the two things that happened, and I'm sure you've heard them in the news. One was this guy basically assassinated one of the insurance company
United
CEOs.
Healthcare CEO.
Okay.
You pull up that article, and they actually found who it is. Guess how they found him?
Tell me.
He
I didn't even know
actually
this happened.
stopped at a corner store, pull his mask down to talk to a girl,
McDonald's.
and that's how they got him.
Apparently,
At
I think a
McDonald's, yeah.
McDonald's snitch.
Yeah, this guy. So apparently, he was just pissed. Can you read a little bit more about what happened?
Well, they don't know shit.
Well, they were saying that he was pissed about, like, he's got a manifesto and everything, like how he doesn't like the healthcare and stuff like that. So,
All right, so
Luigi Mangione, that's the one.
yeah, but I was just saying that he's fighting extradition.
So, go on one of them, copy, throw it in a chat GPT, tell him to summarize it.
It's too much time.
All right, well, you could do it in the background if you want.
What's the other
Alright.
piece of news?
The other piece of news was in New York subway, this guy puts this black dude into a rear naked choke,
Mm-hmm.
gets off of him, and the guy ends up dying. So there was a whole court hearing and all that stuff, and they just acquitted him. So
Acquitted meaning like let him go.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of the community came out and said racist and KKK won again.
Uh-huh. I mean, as a jiu-jitsu person, there ain't much better way to like subdue someone nicely.
the thing
and
is-
so what happened? What my question is, what happened? Why did the guy die? Right? Like, he held the choke for too long?
No. He got off of him. It was still bleeding, and I
Uh-huh.
guess he died on the way to the hospital or in the hospital.
From what though? Like, what caused death?
They're thinking maybe drugs in the system because the guy was apparently.
Well, I'm sure they gotta have a cause of death by now.
Yeah,
After going through all
the
this.
guy apparently was like schizophrenic or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So in within the court, he was yelling like, "I'm not afraid to die. I'm gonna kill you," like things like that. And
Okay.
apparently the guy steps in and like puts him in a chokehold, and then like subdues him.
So here's your summary. Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old former University of Pennsylvania engineering graduate, has been charged with the murder of Brian Thompson, CEO of United Healthcare. The shooting occurred on December 4th, 2024, outside a New York City hotel, reportedly in a targeted attack. Mangione was apprehended in Altoona, Pennsylvania after a nationwide manhunt. Authorities found him with a weapon and writings critical of the healthcare industry, which may hint at his motives. Mangione has pleaded not guilty to charges including second-degree murder and is contesting extradition to New York. His defense attorney emphasized that there is currently no evidence proving him guilty. Mangione's background includes a history of academic excellence and work in technology, which makes the case even more surprising to those who knew him.
And guess what New York did? Bunch of people in New York went and found those coats that he was wearing and just put those coats on. And they just went out on the streets like that. With the mask and everything, bro. New York is not a real place.
So you didn't, when you said that you had two big pieces of news that I'm sure we heard about, you didn't hear about Jay-Z, brother?
Allegations of a rape of a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
A lot of this shit's coming up now, you know what I mean? I don't know if this is a money grab or what's going on, because Connor just got sued for a bunch of money. He had to pay out.
But that went through like completely. Like,
yeah, they had to pay out. Yeah,
he lost.
Yeah, he had to pay out. So there's a bunch of this shit coming out, but I think the second part, and I kind of want to get your reaction on it on the second one that I said, where if you see if you can find more of that with the New York acquittal, and what do you guys think? Do you think this was a racist thing that he got acquitted? Do you think that was just part of the judicial system working and doing his job?
What?
I mean, I think that if he was acquitted, there was some probably legit reason behind
just do
that.
guy
Usually
gets acquitted in a subway rear naked choke. That's literally what it was. There's a picture of him doing a rear naked choke properly.
Ian Gary almost had a nice RNC on Rachmanov in that fight.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
That was an interesting fight, man.
Yeah.
I heard through the grapevine, little birdie told me that they used to be on the same team together. And
they used to spar together. They used to train together.
And every time Rachmanov would get the better of him, every time. So, yeah. So there you go, that right there.
The story that I heard that was going around that is when he submitted him once in sparring,
and then he finally admitted that.
And Ian admitted to it apparently.
Yeah, but I was surprised, man. Ian was very well prepared for wrestling. You know what I mean? Very well prepared, and you know.
I mean, I think the sad part with that fight was, we did get to see a 5-rounder, and it can't be any longer than that. But it felt like it needed to be.
That's the guy.
It felt like it almost needed to be longer than 5 rounds, because the first 2 rounds they just felt each other out, and Rachmanov held him in a clinch, attempting a takedown, and that was really it. There was like.
But did you see the Rachmanov's arm? Oh, yeah, see, here you go, right there. Okay. That's the thing. See, but here's the go back. Can you go back a little bit? Yeah, and then I'll tell you when to pause. Pause it right here. Pause it. See the guy that's helping him? He never got charged. He never got in a courtroom. And
I mean, I'm sure he probably was in the courtroom. He probably was pulled as a witness.
Yeah, but why? But he's helping him.
Yeah, well, he's not the one fucking choking him, bro. Come on.
Okay. All right, keep going. So he's just holding him?
There's multiple people helping, it looks. So let's scroll down. Was there acquitted of what does it say? Negligent homicide? Was it? Yeah.
Negligent homicide and the chokehold death of Jordan Neely, a 30-year-old homeless man with a history of mental illness.
Oh, the guy, by the way, guy's been arrested 47 times. A couple of times for broke a old lady's nose, 67 years old, kidnapped a 7-year-old kid, punched a 60-year-old man in the face, like bunch of things like that.
He just gave us a lot more context on this, you know what I mean? Like that's gonna be something that a court is gonna consider, you know. All right, go ahead, Miggy. Sorry about that.
Neely, a 30-year-old homeless man with a history of mental illness,
Southtown, baby,
whose final moments on a New York City subway train were captured on bystander video that sets off weeks of protests and drew national attention. The decision on 5th day of deliberations came after the jury deadlocked Friday on the more serious charge of manslaughter, leading the judge to dismiss it. Penny faced up to 4 years in prison. As the jury four-person read the not guilty verdict, some observers in the courtroom applauded. Others began to audibly sob and yell, including Neely's father, Andre Zachary, who was escorted out. "This is America. That is the sound of black pain," one person said outside the courtroom in Lower Manhattan to the reaction. Chants of no justice, no peace could be heard echoing from the outside. The case divided people in New York and beyond, in some cases along political and racial lines. Neely was black, Penny is white. Some people viewed Penny as callous and his actions as criminal on the day he encountered Neely, who had been shouting and acting erratically when he boarded a subway train in Manhattan on May 1st, 2023.
Can you see if Google will tell you just the cause of death directly? Like if they, what is it called?
Autopsy?
Mortician or
what the
whatever.
mortician declared.
Yeah.
Because now that you have this guy's like actual
So
name.
the whole thing, like, you know, they're saying, well, some people thought like no justice. How, like, is this no justice? You know what I mean? Like, I'm
This
questioning what is justice.
The title I think had
Jordan Neely died from the combined effects of a number of factors, not a chokehold. A forensic pathologist hired by Daniel Penny's attorneys testified Thursday. Penny is charged with manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide in the chokehold death of Neely on a New York City subway train in May 2023.
So it's not just a chokehold, right? And also, like, okay, he's white, the other guy is black, but does that make it like that he needs to be punished? Like, I don't understand this. Like, I really don't understand it. You know what I mean?
So they kept him for about 2 weeks, doing like autopsy stuff.
We'll go
right there
back up.
says he died. Go up a little bit. Right there. Ruled that he Congress contradicted that of Dr. Cynthia Harris, the medical examiner who performed the autopsy on Neely, and ruled that he died of the chokehold. So basically, you have multiple different doctors saying different things.
Yeah, go back up a little bit more. Prosecutor has said Penny held Neely in the chokehold for 6 minutes, letting him go only after he had become unconscious and gone limp. 2 other people held him restrained Neely for some of the time. I can't see that far.
A bystander video of Penny choking Neely on the floor of the subway car, which was widely shared online, divided people in New York and beyond. Some viewed his actions as praiseworthy, while others condemned them and labeled him as a vigilante.
Yeah, so the whole thing was like it's a vigilante action, you know, blah blah blah. But okay, so let's say, I mean, clearly you have 2 options, right? One option is very, very, very clear. One option is the guy just comes in, grabs him for no fucking reason, and chokes him, and they die, right? It's clear as day who's wrong here. But what if you're on a subway, packed subway, somebody runs in and starts like talking shit, they're about to kill people, they're about to stab you, they're not afraid of dying, call the police, whatever, I'm not afraid of anything, and go to attack. And you restrain him.
You see this here too. It says so the doctor that said that he didn't, that basically contradicted the first doctor that said he did die of the chokehold. Also said that Chandra said he did not believe that Neely died of a chokehold, or that Penny had applied consistent and sufficient pressure to render him unconscious. So he's saying that he went unconscious due to something else, not the chokehold.
Well, in a video, I think it shows that he was like moving.
Yeah, in the video he was conscious still,
yeah.
But it also says that he held him there for I think over 5 minutes or something like that. So,
no, there's a video when he's off of him and he's still moving. Right, because they don't have a full video of the whole thing. They just have the video of him on his back choking him.
And then hearsay.
Because I guess, and then hearsay what happened in between, right? Because I guess either people were scared to film, or they were not quick enough to film, or what it was.
Film the whole thing,
or just didn't film the whole thing, right?
Weird case. I mean,
so what y'all think? If you were on a jury, like I guess you're gonna have to be there. You know what I mean?
I think you'd have to be there and really be presented with all the evidence in front of you. And then, I think even the jury must be thinking a little bit of like we're still missing a little bit of the story, maybe.
Correct.
But we only have this much, and so by giving us this much, this is the decision we're going to make. And
in New York, I don't know who it was, some prominent figure, I forget his name. It was basically calling for like retribution, like and like basically saying like, yeah, go out there and fucking fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Because of this. I don't know, man. I mean, now, yes, granted, he had 47 arrests, this and that doesn't mean he was wrong. You could have 47 arrests and still be right, you know?
That's the thing, too, right? You're going to consider that in the courtroom, but what really knows, like, what led up to that situation and how everything went down? Because what if the homeless man that is mentally ill was just sitting there minding his own business?
Can you see what witnesses said? get a little bit more context on this?
I mean, I'm sure they haven't probably going to release too much about.
I didn't
what
look
this is
into
gonna
it just
say.
because I wanted like raw reaction. I didn't want to be like influenced by anything. You know, I just heard about it.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
Another thing too is like understanding martial arts, right? Like what is the probably the best way to subdue someone that is not gonna like long term hurt them? You'd think is just to choke them, is to put them to sleep, and usually just take a little nap.
yeah, but see the thing is like, let me remind you, when you get a white belt and they're going fucking crazy and you put them in a choke, they tap and you let them go. In this situation, that's the same white belt. If they tap, they're gonna continue doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
So what happens then? Because with this is a tap, like defeat. You know, you let them go and they're like, okay, he got me.
My thing is if you're choking someone, how long would you really have to hold that in to keep enough blood from going to the brain to actually kill them?
Kill somebody?
Yeah.
Well, 12 seconds to put them to sleep. You're supposed to let it go.
I'm sure.
I mean, if it's over a minute, then you're fucked. Then it's
Miguel, I'm
damage
about
to
to
the
give
brain,
you
right?
an easier research to do instead of that. How long do you have to hold an RNC to kill someone?
Probably within 30 seconds to a minute, your oxygen is not coming to the brain, so you're like brain dead at that point. And then if you break the hyoid bone,
I'm gonna
it
guess
all
4
depends.
minutes.
Break the hyoid bone, it's even faster, right?
Do you want to go with Reddit, Quora?
I like Reddit more.
All right.
The loss of consciousness from a properly applied blood choke is fast, usually within a few seconds. The thing is, as long as you let it go, as soon as they are unconscious, there are absolutely no damage associated with the loss of consciousness, and recovery is very fast. That having been said, if you hold on to a choke after the loss of consciousness, I believe the time limit is something like he did an edit. He edited 1 minute before the brain starts to die and lack of oxygen.
Depends how you define brain death. Damage begins around 1 minute, but actual death takes around 5 minutes. So you could say it starts around 1 minute.
So at 1 minute, you're gonna start to get brain damage from the lack of oxygen. Because I think when you're doing that blood choke, you're not really clamping the entire artery down like if it was a clamp, right? You're just slowing the flow.
Mm-hmm.
You're just slowing the flow, right?
Yes.
You clamp that and they die. But I mean, that's not how an RNC works.
Mm-mm.
So he would have had to hold it
if
for
the person had
consistent pressure for a whole minute after he was unconscious.
if the person has
You ever try to apply a rear naked choke with consistent pressure for a fucking minute?
Good luck.
Yeah.
if the person
Good
has
luck.
conditions
I mean, you
that
don't.
can affect
At
it.
the end of the day, though, think about it this way, Jay. When someone goes limp, they don't really have much bite force back, and we've seen that it only requires like a little girl, a little 12-year-old girl, could apply the force to do an RNC. So if you think about
but
it,
it's not to do an RNC doesn't require much.
But what I'm saying is, like, you're doing it and you're doing your squeeze hard, right, to get them to go limp. But after they go limp, if you just leave your hands in that position with like decent tense strength, you're still gonna keep limiting blood flow after they're unconscious.
Yeah, but the thing
So
is,
it could have just been
the
that
thing
he
is
held
muscle fatigue, because you
I
remember
get it,
in that
muscle
situation,
fatigue, but even
adrenaline
just
is
that
kicking
pressure
in.
there, it only requires 12 pounds of pressure on each side.
Yeah,
right?
but the adrenaline is kicking
even
in.
if he
Remember,
even if he would have just sat there with him, you know, not maybe applying pressure, but sat there in that same position for a minute or whatever, that could have been what done the
that
damage.
could have been, yeah. Yeah, I mean, everything could have been, right? Like, there's multiple. But the whole thing is that people are going out there and screaming, like, justice, justice. Like, I don't understand what justice are we looking here for?
I feel like this a little.
What are you supposed to, like, well, let's say this.
My only thing about the justice thing is from what the information I have, I don't feel like it's right to call justice yet because I don't know yet, right?
Yeah.
So unless they've got some kind of information that we haven't received yet.
Well, so that's the thing, that they got the same information as we do.
Maybe there's something they saw. Maybe there's like one nitpick thing that was blown up that we haven't seen yet.
And most of these people that are screaming justice, they're not, like, who made them the authority about the rear naked chokes? All they know that this person died from a rear naked choke. Like, some of them probably don't even know what rear naked choke is. You know what I mean? And then another thing is, so let's say
The thing about this is that it doesn't. To me, it doesn't really fucking matter what other protesters are thinking, what they're shouting, what they think. It doesn't matter. The facts are the facts.
And this kid was taking a subway. It's not like he had a lot of money to hire a badass lawyer.
That's all. It is what it is. You can't do anything about it. You can't cry your way into putting him back in jail. He got acquitted. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the law. That's the way the world works.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Miggy, I'm going to play the other side on this. If something did happen to where this man really did just murder this guy, right? Mm-hmm. When we learn the full story, like, oh shit, he antagonized this homeless dude and ended up putting him in RNC and actually did kill him because one doctor did say. We don't know the real answer because one doctor said this, one doctor said that. Who's the more credible guy?
Well,
right? So my thing on that side is, what if there is injustice here? It needs to be brought to attention. So I believe when there is injustice, these guys should be going out and protesting and doing all that.
Just kind of what happened with George Floyd, whether you believe it or not, because there's people that are saying that George Floyd was under the influence of drugs, and drugs was ultimately what killed him, not the leg, right?
At the end of the day, the ultimate majority of people believe that fucking cop
did it,
that cop killed him. So that was the injustice that the majority agreed with, and so that happened. So I think that whatever the majority agrees.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a weird situation. So every time you see a white person attacking a black person, so they're the aggressor because they attacked a black person. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is it that, what are they expecting? And a lot of them is like saying, well, this is our reality, this and that. Okay, well, could be, but what I'm trying to say, I
can see what you're saying, that sometimes what happens in this situation is that people see it as an opportunity to jump to this, call for justice. Fight, Yeah, they call for justice and racism. In my eyes, I think we need to evaluate the whole entire scenario first and then
talk forward. Yeah. But the whole thing is the court documents are there. You're not going to get more information out of that because everything that was to be presented was presented, and these people were deadlocked.
But at the same time, though, we know how the court is, with sometimes evidence being legit evidence, but because of the way it was found or in the time frame that it was found, like when you go to court, you have to present the evidence up beforehand. What if evidence is found afterwards? Sometimes they're like, you can't use it. This I don't know. That. You know what I mean? Sometimes
there could be an extraneous situation where they can bring that in. But the whole thing is this kid was riding a subway, right? So automatically you can tell it's New York. It's very expensive. So you most likely don't have that kind of money to own a car and park it where you need to go.
Even the people that do have the money to probably own a car.
Yeah, they don't even do it.
It's more convenient to own a
subway.
So
what I'm trying to say, he had to he might not have had the funds to hire a badass lawyer, so he hired what he could hire, right? And then the state is.
I feel like when you're talking about the lawyers and these people's lives, I feel like that's too many what ifs there. I can't get into that kind of conversation because you're talking about someone's life and we don't know this guy.
Yeah, we don't know this guy. Yeah.
So riding the subway is not enough to tell us. Everyone rides the subway in New York.
Yeah.
So
the McDonald that the killer got killed at got a bunch of negative reviews.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he
what?
He got caught there, right? Not killed.
Yeah. So the Altoona, Pennsylvania McDonald's restaurant, Luigi Mangione, the suspect charged in United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's killing, visited after the shooting, has been flooded with negative reviews since his arrest. The low ratings poured in after it was reported that a restaurant employee told police Mangione had been spotted in there. Google has since removed the reviews because they violate the company's policies. A spokesperson for Google told CBS News. Content that is not based on real experience and does not accurately represent the location or product in question is prohibited by the search giant.
This is what I'm talking about. People go in there and leave a bad review for McDonald's. Bro, how fucking stupid you gotta be.
You know what they're mad about? They snitched.
Yeah. That's all they're mad about.
That's it. They're think of it as like the whole Apple thing with your phone and privacy. That's the same thing they're mad about. Right? It's like basically like McDonald's violated their privacy and, outed them to the police. Is that what they complain about? That's what they're basically, right?
That's basically what they're mad
That's the
about.
point that they're trying to get across by leaving bad reviews to McDonald's.
They're leaving a bad review because they snitched. Like, how fucking stupid you gotta be. Like, this is like, it doesn't compute in my fucking head how someone takes time out of their fucking day to leave a bad review because somebody snitched, bro. Like, this is crazy to me.
If you're that McDonald's worker,
yeah,
and that happened to you, and everything happened, but you didn't snitch.
Mm-hmm.
And then 6 months later, the guy gets caught.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, they figure out that he went to that McDonald's and that he put the mask down, and they go call you as a witness to that stand.
Yeah.
And because you're a morally kind of
Obligated.
good person, right? And you will tell the truth on that stand, right?
Yeah, you just
And you tell them, yes, I saw him there, and I knew it was him. I just didn't say anything because I mind my own business.
That's super funny.
Would you be incriminating yourself there?
Alex said BK posted that they don't snitch.
I love the way that the like Burger King and Wendy's and
They
all
got
these
that
guys
go back and forth.
Yeah, they did some funny shit, bro.
Yeah, but
Burger King literally just said,
That's kind of wild.
the hood were for you."
Yeah. But see, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, they don't snitch or they do snitch. I mean, the bottom line is this, man. There's a killer. Get the cops involved. Figure out what the fuck happened. It might not be this Mangione guy, right? Like, they're just saying he looks like the guy. We don't know what the guy looks like. They're just going off the height and a coat.
I think that
Where the rest of the New York bought that fucking same coat and wore it.
Burger King is being funny, and that the people
I'm not talking about
would
Burger
be
King.
leaving these bad reviews are, from what it seems to me, morally bad people. Because if you ask me, if I know someone that's murdered,
That's so fucked up. If that's true, what Alex just said, they called 911 instead of the tip line, so they aren't getting any of the money.
what?
That's fucked.
What?
That's so fucking cooked.
How much was the
See,
money?
shit like this makes you not want to snitch.
Yeah, bro, for real.
Imagine.
No, they're gonna get their money, bro. They're gonna get their
because
money.
The government's the government, bro.
No, they're gonna get the money.
Imagine this shit. You do that, and you're like, bro, I'm about to get my $20K for this motherfucker that just killed this guy.
Yeah, they're gonna get their money, bro. Government's gonna pay out. It's just gonna be just like George Floyd, because nobody fucking waited until these guys get fucking sued and
They ain't
put in
gonna
jail.
pay shit.
They went rioting.
And the
This
insurance
one's
ain't gonna pay shit.
50K. That's what he.
Yeah,
that's
bro,
how much
he's
he
getting
would've
his
lost?
fucking money, bro. There's no way he's not. Some lawyer will take that fucking case and say 30% is mine. You're gonna get you your 40,
Bro.
35, bro. So he's getting the money, bro.
They're not gonna pay nothing, and then the insurance is not gonna pay shit because they're gonna be like, "Did you have United?"
Well, the whole thing was
No?
pull up United rejections of cases. So average rejections of cases is, I think, 16%. United was at 32 of rejecting of the cases. They even had a motto, like this crazy motto where it's like, deny, reject something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they pretty much would reject everything. And the
Company has been
CEO that
accused of
came
using
in,
algorithms to deny treatments and refusing
Yeah.
coverage of nursing care to stroke patients.
yeah, stroke patients, like literally, like, yeah, no, we're not gonna pay for it. So national average is about 16.9%, I think, 17%, and there is like 32 plus of rejections. They're the highest ones of rejections. And when that CEO took over, United Healthcare like fucking made like billions in a quarter. Like, I'm talking about like something ridiculous, like $90 billion in 3 months.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous amount of money. I mean,
So this guy said, like, Shaggy, it wasn't me.
yeah. Pretty much.
And they said they don't have any hard evidence yet that it was him.
You're correct. Because the only thing they go off of it is the jacket, that weapon that could be it. Like, clearly, if they do the, weapon test, ballistics, and they'll figure out if it's not. But somebody was saying that he used a printed weapon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a printed weapon. So,
I just got a 3D printer.
don't get any ideas. But that 3D printer, like, if you discharge a weapon out of that, like a bullet out of that,
Yeah.
the heat will literally destroy the inside. So there is no...
If the lower is 3D printer, no. But, like, if the whole gun is, it wouldn't even fire, probably.
No, it would. That's the whole thing. With printed weapons, they print the whole fucking thing. You can only discharge, like, 1 or 2 or maybe 5, and then that weapon is pretty much done.
I feel
It's
like that's
cooked.
unsafe as fuck.
It is unsafe as fuck. But people do it.
That's wild. I
Yeah.
would never shoot a gun like
It's
that.
unsafe. There's a whole Reddit
I mean, the
threads
low,
about
like,
this.
if it was just, like, the lower, or, like, I've heard of people printing, like, the handles for some of the handguns. That's different. Like, Glock is already plastic anyways.
Bro,
like-
you're getting, like, second vote on St. Augustine right now.
Oh, yeah.
Joe said that. Arthur said that.
Yeah, because Arthur's been dragged to St. Augustine already.
Well, he said it's really nice. Go to the lighthouse. He didn't say that he's been dragged.
Gay.
What
I
is
don't
it?
know.
What is it? What was that about? What did you see?
Paid advertisement, paid actor.
He's a paid actor.
Paid actor. No, well, like think about it. When she discharged that hot bullet, it's gonna ruin the.
Yeah, of course. I know what you're
So
saying.
they'll never get the ballistics. They would have to take like I don't know, maybe like the way that gunpowder burns and then combine it chemically, being able to prove that it's the same batch, same everything. Like find, you know. Comment on it. Read that and comment on it. What did he send me? Let me see. What did he send me? Send it where? I didn't get anything.
I think I've seen the document, like the little Vice videos that they put of that.
Oh, here. This is what he's talking about. I just got
Do
it.
they
Okay.
still make videos? I feel
Luigi
like that shit fell
Mangione's
off.
full manifesto revealed. Okay, so there's the whole full manifesto. To the feds, I'll keep this short because I do respect what you do for our country. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. This was fairly trivial. Some elementary social engineering, basic CAD, a lot of patience. The spiral notebook, if present, has some straggling notes and to-do list that eliminate the gist of it. My tech is pretty locked down because I work in engineering, so probably not much info there. I do apologize for any strife or traumas, but it had to be done. Frankly, those parasites simply had it coming. A reminder, the U.S. has the #1 most expensive healthcare system in the world, yet we rank roughly number 42 in life expectancy. United is the indecipherably largest company in the U.S. by market cap, behind only Apple, Google, Walmart. It has grown and grown, but as our life expectancy, question mark. No, that the reality is there is indecipherable indecipherable meaning like they couldn't figure out what he wrote, have simply gotten too powerful and coming. A reminder that U.S. has the #1 most expensive 42
I think we got it.
powerful, and they continue to abuse our country for immense profit because the American public has allowed them to get away with it. Obviously, the problem is more complex, but I do not have space, and frankly, I do not pretend to be the most qualified person to lay out the full argument. But many have illuminated the corruption and greed. Example, Rosenthal, Moore, decades ago, and problem simply remains. It is not an issue of awareness at this point, but clearly power games at play. Eventually, I am the first to face it with such a brutal honesty. So
He's trying to pull an Andrew Tate and saying not guilty, saying like, just because I said I did it and I said I know how to do it doesn't mean I did it.
From this
is
like I do CAD, I do this, I do that, but doesn't mean he did it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like I know how to do it, but I didn't do it, and I wanted to do it, but I didn't do it.
I don't know if he says I didn't do it, nor he says I didn't do it. I think he just.
It pretty clearly kind of suggests, you're gonna understand my motives, all this bullshit. So, he did it, and they're saying his gun was 3D printed. The whole CAD thing makes sense,
Yeah.
Like Emily was just learning to do that the other day, and the program's called Tinkercad.
But what an idiot, bro! Like what an idiot! Like he could have got away with it so quickly without writing that thing. If people snitch on themselves, like who cares about McDonald's snitching?
Would he have got away with this so easily? Because
why wouldn't he?
They had his face.
So what? They couldn't. No, they didn't have his face. His face was masked. The only thing they got off of going is the coat and his height.
I got you.
And built.
Right. Okay.
They hired that one agent from TikTok that just somehow does the calculation and finds your height based on an image of a pencil.
Yeah. They can figure out your height and everything,
seen?
but
they do.
What is out of the fucking millions of people that live in New York, is the only one with that built-in height?
Because
that coat
around a female all the time, so the algorithm be crossing from what it looks like. I randomly the other day got a video of girls will send like to their pictures of their hands next to a penny to like a nail tech to get like pre-made fucking like inserts for their nails, and what the girl does is she like sizes up the penny to the size of a real penny on her phone, and then she makes like the nail, so it's like the exact size. Yeah, makes sense. So like when you take the picture, you put a penny next to it, and when the girl pulls up the picture, she sizes the penny on her phone to the exact same size, and then does the little nails. So yeah, like you said, some Asian,
Yeah,
they
have they
hired some
said that the
Asian
gun
guy.
was actually? I don't know, man. They're saying that what could have been that? It could have been completely different 3D printed gun. You know what I mean? That he had. Like there's just so
Well, that's
many.
illegal, anyways.
What is illegal?
The 3D printed gun, isn't that illegal?
I think it's state by state.
I'm pretty sure that's
The
illegal
most they
all
can
over
get
the
him on
place.
is 3D printed weapon, right? So see if Pennsylvania or New York is illegal 3D printed weapon. It's gotta be because they're pretty liberal states, so it's gotta be illegal.
3D printed guns are generally legal in the United States for personal use, but there are some restrictions. Federal regulations. While there is no specific federal law that prohibits 3D printed guns, they must comply with the Gun Control Act and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives frame or receiver rule. All firearms must be detectable by security screening equipment. Gun must be serialized if they will be sold or distributed. And state regulations. 14 states have taken action to regulate 3D printed guns. Some states require that all ghost guns be reported to officials. Personal use. Individuals can make guns at home for personal use if they meet certain specifications for parts and detectability. Some other things to know about them.
So you can make your own gun. You just have to do so by abiding by the certain rules of your state, like you said. So like it has to be detectable by screening equipment, things like that.
Which if it's fully plastic, it ain't gonna be.
It ain't gonna be, no.
Yeah, unless they use metal parts in it.
I mean, you can 3D print with certain metals if you have like the right kind of printer.
Yeah, but you think he went that far to get the right
Like
fucking kind of printer?
Your brother was telling me at his job they got one that does titanium, I think.
Yeah, but how much does that printer cost? And if it's
Yeah,
available
that's
to
some, like,
average
industrial
person,
shit.
you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, you can get ones at home that'll do metal. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he went that far to get a metal one, you know. And
Well,
this
no, because he was going
and
to
this kid
shoot someone, so he didn't
seemed
care
to
if
be
you're
pretty
doing it
fucking.
illegally.
And this kid seemed to be pretty intelligent, bro. Like I think Princeton or some shit. Like he graduated Princeton. Like he was not an idiot.
Very weird.
Yeah, very very fucking weird. Very weird.
So do you understand what's going on with our weather right now?
With our weather,
Last week it was cold as fuck, and now it's hot again.
Florida, man, bipolar Florida. What do you want? That's normal.
Bro, it's like mid-December already.
We just had a little cold front.
Florida is
Can it
so
calm
fucking
down?
bipolar. If you go to Miami, they're like 4 to 5 degrees higher than we are. And then if you go to St. Augustine, they're like 4 to 5 degrees lower than we are.
Doesn't make any sense.
That's how bipolar Florida is.
Actually, I saw today when I was walking by TV, I don't remember where, that had the weather up on it. It said that we were like at 64 here in St. Petersburg, and then it was like 77 in Clearwater. Like, how is it so different? Like, it's
So
right
let
there.
me see if Alex knows. Alex, do you know what's going on? Why people were like? Is there anything pointing to the guy with the rear naked choke that he did it with malice or anything like that? Oh yeah, the kid was 130 plus IQ valedictorian, bachelor, masters in engineering. Apparently he was smart as fuck. So Alex, do you know what's going on with that kid choking the homeless dude in a
Subway.
train? And if there's something that people are calling for, you know, whatchamacallit, for justice for, that they've seen that the judges didn't take, or I don't know, maybe Alex knows about this. He usually follows this kind of shit. Oh, by the way, the other day I was watching Patrick Bet David podcast, which is they're right leaning. You know what I mean? They're not super right, but they're definitely right leaning. And they had Young Turks, the guy that basically created Young Turks, which is more libertarian, right in the middle, talking shit about both of the parties, right and left. And apparently, bro, like they're getting together, man. From what it looked like, PBD and them, they're just like combining forces. Because it was like he came out straight up, talk shit, kind of like I do about Trump and about Kamala, to talk as much shit on both sides. And apparently they might be like joining forces.
What do you mean joining forces? Like doing content together or something
Like
that?
even because PBD has created his own little organization type of deal when it comes to like content creation and like independent media, and he's recruited a bunch of people. Part of his Como, who used to be he worked for CNN. He's pretty left. Como works with PBD right now. So, like, he's bringing a bunch of people.
Does he have his own platform that they do this on, or are they
YouTube, bro?
Or
They stream it for free on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
They stream it for free on YouTube. Whatever the views they're getting money off of that, and then they sell merchandise on there, which apparently they sold out. Like, Their thing is future looks bright, and apparently that hashtag's been fucking trending on X. Everyone is saying future looks bright, including Elon and a bunch of other people. So when the guy from Young Turks was on there, man, from what the conversation I was having, like he was like, let's unite, man, on the same things. Like it was like we don't have to agree on everything, but there's things that we agree on. Let's just unite on this. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Talk to me a little bit. We gotta we'll wrap up with this. We got a guest coming through soon.
Yeah, we do have a guest coming through, guys. I'm gonna hope we can get her in either this week or maybe next week or whenever we get her to agree to, when we'll have kind of time to do this. But yeah, from Russia with love, by way of Kazakhstan.
Really?
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. She's a captain in U.S. military, I think.
And see when Dorian wants to cut in here, man.
Yeah.
We gotta get Dorian in.
Yeah, try to get Dorian in. But we gotta do a Saturday thing for him.
Yeah.
Gotta do a Saturday.
Because he has class every night.
Yeah, Monday through Friday. Yeah, we gotta do a Saturday thing for Dorian.
Okay.
Which we'll do a special episode because I want to get him in here. He's funny as hell.
Yeah.
I've been talking a little more with him. Just in general, we've been chopping it up lately, a little bit more than usual.
I saw him teaching headbutts the other day.
Yeah. He's doing his thing. He's having fun with the classes,
It's funny too, cause like he knows he's not
Bro.
being serious, right? So like that one time he posts something on Instagram of him teaching people, it's the headbutts, like
So I met a very, very famous fighter. Fighter
Can't
that
say
otherwise, I don't know if I should say the name or not.
Okay.
No,
You should.
don't blow up his location.
Yeah.
It's not like you're blowing up his location, like.
This fighter is very known for the things that he does on camera.
Mhm.
In person, bro, completely different.
Yeah.
Like the most humble, the nicest, the softest spoken person I've ever dealt with in my entire life.
Really.
Bro, like, it's like, are these the same people?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just, like, I'm like, huh?
Really, it was that big of a
Yeah, bro.
shock.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, chopping it up, laughing, talking, like, about normal stuff.
What you said he was cutting weight or something like that, right?
He doesn't cut weight. He just walks around at that weight, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's not like all the other dudes that are, like, cutting weight. He's always at that, like, apparently during his birthday, he didn't even have cake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, that's just him.
Yeah.
Cake sounds so fucking good right now.
Yeah,
I don't
so
even like cake like that.
the humblest dude. I'll get to see him again, and I'll mention that I have this, and I want to mention that I've met him, if he's okay with that, and then that's when I'll reveal it. But one of the, I know you know who it is.
I know who it is because I was called
Yeah.
at 11 o'clock at night. Yo, you want to go meet this fighter, bro?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Man. Like,
So
I gotta
the
wake
humblest
up,
person I've ever met in my entire fucking life. You would, like, I can see why he was told things that he was told.
bro. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, last thing real quick. You
Yeah.
know what I noticed, bro? I've been sleeping so well lately compared to how it was.
Because it's cold?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, man.
You know what they found
and I've
out?
been going to sleep earlier, too, and sleeping longer and more consistent.
I don't know how true this research is, how much of it is. Oh, let me see what Alex said. The Daniel Penny case looks a lot like manslaughter, but the court found it wasn't. I don't believe it's about race. It's more nobody gives a fuck about homeless people, the mentally ill. I see what you're saying. I see.
Got it.
So they're going that route. Okay, got it. So I don't know how true this research is. So this
Thank you,
lady
Alex.
was
We appreciate that.
talking about how if you sleep at 69 degrees at all times, right, your body naturally activates production of brown fat, which in turn regulates your insulin much better.
Okay.
It makes you lose weight much better.
Okay.
And puts you in a deeper sleep, which makes all this happen.
Essentially sleep in a cold
Yeah.
room.
So basically in Florida, when you go into sleep, you should be sleeping in a very cold room. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. If I put my AC to 69, my parents would wow out.
Yeah.
They'd wow the
But
fuck
this
out.
couple of days that it was cold, I didn't turn the AC on. It was going down to like 62, 63. Bro, I was sleeping like a baby.
Yeah.
I'd wake up like fucking
So
rejuvenated.
Emily's parents, like the first couple nights, and the first couple nights were pretty fucking
Yeah.
cold, right? First couple nights they didn't turn on the heater, right,
Yeah.
at all. Bro, I woke up and I was like mad about it. Like I was so cold, I was getting pissed, right? And Dude, I asked Ellie, like, bro, how cold is this fucking house right now? It's like 63. I was like, what is wrong with you guys? Because my parents, bro, the moment it gets to like 68 in the house, they're turning on that heater, bro.
Didn't you have a blanket you could throw on top?
How am I supposed to like go and piss and take my morning shit and shower with a blanket on?
Are you talking about after you woke up?
Yeah.
After you woke, I mean, it's bro, come on. I thought you were cold when you were sleeping. That's why you woke up, because you were cold as hell.
No. I'm saying I woke up and.
So you just had a good sleep. You ruined the good sleep because you couldn't shit in the cold. How would you deal with Siberia, bro? Minus 68 every night. Minus 68 every night. But also it's because I'm fat. Well.
Yeah. We understand that, brother. Yeah, we all share the same sympathy around here with that.
Yeah. No, Joe is cool, man.
Yeah, let's wrap it up for today, guys. We appreciate everyone joining us in the chat and engaging with us. Alex always giving us the insights on stuff. And yeah, thank you guys. Well, hopefully I'll figure something out.
So we need to follow up on this. I want to find out exactly like a little more about like
see if we can find out some more. Give us
find out a little bit
more information.
What are the objections on both sides? You know what I mean? Like what are we talking about? Like you don't care about homeless people. I mean, the guy's been in and out 47 times, right? I'm sure he's been in the state of New York. Probably been. I mean, we talked to Chris as a PO. I mean, these guys try. You know what I mean?
But I feel like if you were homeless, you feel like you wouldn't get arrested. I probably would.
Yeah, you would get arrested, but like
that's what I'm saying, though, right? Like it's hard to not.
Be like you
don't give
food,
a fuck.
You don't got money.
You have nothing to lose.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That like like how do you give a fuck about somebody that has nothing to lose and they just don't give a fuck?
Yeah.
Well,
hard to help someone.
How do you get through that?
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Well, shout out to our sponsors, UFC Gym Largo and Pinellas Park and the Vitality Wellness Centers. Thank you to my guys for doing this with me, and we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Peace.